All right, so now I have my window picture boxes. What I need to think about now is adding some text. Okay, so to add some text, we come over to our left-hand side toolbar again, and where the T is, okay, this is our text type tool or our type tool. All right, T is the shortcut on your keyboard. So I'm going to click on this type tool, and much like a text box in Word, we click on our guide where we want it to go and we simply drag out. Okay, and it can, as we drag up and down, we can see right next to my mouse, it's telling me how wide this is and the height, all right, of my box. All right, and I'm going to bring that down, and you can see straight away it takes me into the typing tool. So I'm going to just type anything for the time being. Okay, so I wanted to talk about editing the text box first. So to edit my text box, I'm going to click on my black arrow tool here, and you can see that it's automatically comes up selected. Now, across the top again, my options have changed, okay? So I know that this text box is sitting 10 mil from the top and from the left-hand side. It's telling me the width, okay, and then the height. I'm going to change this to 20, so 2 centimeters. I don't want to change my angle or rotation, okay? I don't want to add a fill color or a border color. All right, or I may add a fill color. All right, but I'll come back to that. And then this is my kind of placement of my text. So again, like Word, you can wrap the text around an object or a shape, okay, or you can jump over the object, but because we are just writing it at the top of the screen, all right, I'm just going to leave it with no text wrap, okay? So now coming back to my text. So if I want to type in my text box, I can double click in my text box and it will automatically take me back into my typing tool. So I can highlight the nonsense that I've currently typed, and then up here, this is my font options. Okay, and you can see that there are a lot of different options here. If you want to if you know which one you like, you can quickly scroll through. So if I like Gill Sans, okay, I can come here and I can choose light. That's what I'm going to do. And underneath then I can do light, italic, regular, semi-bold. So there's a lot more options in terms of your typeface and how that can look. Right. I can then automatically change the size up here. I can type in this, so I could type 30, or I could go click on the up and down buttons, or there's some preset options here for me as I go. All right. This is the placement between the lines of text. So obviously I only have one line at this point in time, so I'm going to keep that as it is. Okay, the size of my text, again, so the fill of my text is currently black. I could make it pink if I wanted to, but I'm going to keep it with black. And then I can add a border around it as well if I wanted to, but again, I'm going to keep that black. And then over here, I've got my align options, just again, like in Word. So I can put it in the center, the right-hand side. Okay, I'm going to go with my left-hand side, just like this, and I'm going to increase my letters, okay, my font size until I take up pretty much the whole space. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to type retail concept board. Right, now in InDesign, okay, you can get hyphens, okay, which aren't the best when you're on a board. They just don't look very neat. Okay, so if we come up to type, we go paragraph styles. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let's just go back for a second. All right, so we've got our retail concept boards. I'll create another video about getting rid of hyphens because that'll just make life a little bit easier for you. Okay, if you are not sure what you want your text to say, you just know that's where you want to put your text, okay? If you right click in the text box, you can say fill placeholder text, and it will automatically fill it with just mumbo jumbo, okay, to make it easier for you guys. Okay, so you can come back to that. Obviously, I don't want that at this stage, so I'm going to come back here. All right, so you can create text like this. All right, another thing that you can do with text, okay, is you can wrap it around different items. All right, so if we draw, say, a line, all right, we can then use text, and if we right click and we go type on path, we can then click on this line and we can type next to it. All right, and it gives us all the same text options. Now this is a really good example. All right, so we can see that my text is overset here. I'm going to Command plus to get closer so you guys can see. This little plus means that the text that I've typed is longer than the text than the space I have available. So I'm going to click on my selection tool, and I'm going to zoom in a bit more, and I can extend the length of my text. And you can see it's automatically resizing the bar as well. Right, and then once it gets big enough, okay, my text has, the little red box has started to disappear. Oh, sorry guys. All right, so there's different options with text in that regard. So for the purposes of this board, okay, I've got my retail concept board, so my title, and then down the bottom, I want to add some information, some additional information. All right, so I'm going to draw my text box, and I'm going to choose my font, which is going to be Gill Sans again. Be consistent with your fonts. All right, it is the best thing that you can do. All right, and then I'm going to put information down the bottom like client. So the reason it's so small or it's like that is because it's not big enough. So I'm just going to use my text sizing tool at the top of my screen. So I'm going to say client, I'm going to say project address, I'm going to say the date, and I'm going to put designer. Okay, so I would put my first name, then my last name. So the date would be, so it could be, it would be the day, then the month, then the year. Project address, it's whatever the project address is. So I'm going to say 1 Smith Street. And my client is Sam Smith. All right, so I've got my information there. When you're creating a board like this, you don't need to add a heap of text, all right? It's all about the visuals and conveying your idea, your presentation, your design to your client. All right, thanks guys.